All right. Hello, everybody. So, Dr. Murphy asked me to tell you guys about how I fit my classroom. And I thought that probably one of the best ways to do that would be to show you how I go ahead and make a video and how I make it accessible to students so that flipping my classroom became something that was pretty easy for me to do rather than a daunting task. So, how I flip my classroom. First of all, basically, when somebody first talked about this, I thought, well, how am I going to make videos? And do I really want pictures of myself on the internet teaching lessons to my students? And the answer to that was definitely no. So when I started exploring ways that I could make videos, I found out that the software that I was already using, like the Smartboard software or the Promethean board software, already included a screen capture tool. And screen capturing or screencasting, as a lot of people call it, is really, the one of the easiest ways to kind of teach the way that we already know how, but using technology. So if you go ahead and if you look on your Smartboard software, right down here you could see a button that I have added of my for my smart recorder, or otherwise you can go ahead and you can insert your smart recorder into your normal kind of palette that you work with, and that's one of the easiest ways that I have figured out how to do it. When you are recording, you'll notice this box down here, and it's just basically telling me that I am recording, and everything that's going to happen on the screen is going to be recorded. So basically, how I flip my classroom is a lot of the time I'll start by actually creating a lesson as I normally would do, and then just connecting a microphone and recording using the built-in screen recorder, um, and just talk to it like I was normally teaching. And from that point on, the hardest part is getting it available to students. So I wanted to show you where I kind of store the information for my students. So I'm going to close this for a little bit and I'm going to open up to the website. And so basically, I just use the Google site that comes along with our Gmail account that we use for school. And I made my website using that tool, and it's very straightforward. Um, and so students can kind of navigate their way to my website just by going to the home page. And when they get to my website, um, they'll select the class that they're in, for example, my Algebra 2 class, and then the unit that we're on, for example, Unit 2. And here I've just used a simple table that is a built-in tool because that was the easiest way to organize it. And as you'll see, what my students really expect to see for homework on a daily night is they will expect me to have a video link posted, and they know that they're going to be graded on whether or not they've taken notes on it. That way I have something to actually check. Because if the student says, well, I watched the video and I didn't take any notes, then there's nothing that I can evaluate there to make sure that they actually did take the notes on the video, or to say that they did take the video. So students will come up here and they will click the videos, and sometimes there'll just be one example, or sometimes there will just be multiple examples. Um, and they definitely need to, as I said, take notes as well. So I used to only make videos myself, and then I started to use other tools. For example, our textbook right here, if I click on example 1, will be taken to a Holt McDougall because that's our textbook. And the kids can see a video right here. Really realizing that I was not the only person that could explain things to my students well kind of opened my eyes, and it took a lot of the pressure off of me because that meant I didn't have to come up with video content on a nightly basis. This guy will talk the students through a problem, and using, kind of a built-in tool that the website comes with, it will show you on the right-hand side what you really should be writing down in your notebook as you go along. The students really like this. They think it's a great idea, and they have something at the end to show me that they actually took notes on the video. But I won't only use those. Sometimes I'll make one for myself, like for example, this one. And this is one, as you see up here, this is a YouTube. This is one that I made myself. And I'll do this especially when I want to incorporate specific things like using the calculator, or maybe I just have a special way of doing it myself. So when this one boots up, you'll see. And this way, this is just using the screen capture software that I'm using right now. So In order to do this, what you really need to do is you need to have a way to transmit the links to students, which, as I saying, I'm using the Google site that comes just with my regular stoningtonschools.org email address. You need a way to actually create the videos, which comes with the software that you're already using if you have a smartboard. And that's really it, because everything else that it's just a matter of finding the time to make the videos, and also feeling comfortable with just going ahead and doing it. I've tried other things too. I'm trying to get the students to realize that, even if a teacher's not making a video, that there are lots of videos out there. So for this assignment right here, I had the students go ahead and find their own video on the topic that I wanted, which was solving systems of linear equations by graphing. And they had to send me a link. They could either do that via email, they could fill out a form, or they could actually tweet me a link to the video. And just to show you the form that I created, I just Googled how to make a form um, that students could do, and all they had to do was come over here, submit their name, submit the URL, and just make a couple of comments about their video. And as you see down here, I got a lot of responses from students that chose this method to input the video that they liked. So now that we have that, the only other thing that I would say is if you're using the screen recorder software through the smartboard that we are using, you will need a YouTube account, and that's really easy to do. You just go ahead to youtube.com and create an account. You can actually log in with the Stonington Schools account that you already have, since that is powered by Gmail, and so is YouTube. I have one that I have already used previously. Before I had my Stonington Schools site, and that's Math Teach R, and that's where I can post a lot of videos as well. But to upload the videos, it's very easy. There's a button in the top corner once you have an account that says upload, and you just name them accordingly. And as I said, I link. It will give you a link that you can copy and paste onto your Google site, and that would make it easier to share. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ever email me. But what I really like about this is the students get to go home and they get to watch a video, and they get to put in their notes exactly what they would be putting in their notes in the classroom. But rather than spending my classroom time waiting for students to copy down the notes that I'm giving, they get these notes and they come in, and the first thing that I ask them to do is practice. So, I might have a traditional warm up that we might go over, but they really are expected to know what went on in the video. Now, there's always going to be a couple of students that say they don't have access to the internet. I always give the students a page alternative in the book, that they're welcome to read the book and take notes on what they read in the book. But really, they do realize pretty quickly that if they are watching the videos, then that's easier for them to do, and second of all, it's going to get them better prepared for class, because they really have heard exactly what it is that I want them to do. Especially with the block scheduling, it's really important for me to do this. Oh, I got a weird pop-up. It's really important for me to do this because it allows me to get through those basic introductory lessons at home and practice them in class, but then go right into the more explorations, or spending my time on word problems, etc. So that is what I like about videos, and hopefully you have learned a little bit, or maybe come up with some ideas that how it might be easy to integrate it in your classroom. Thanks.